Manchester United bombshell transfer that could change and bring glory back to Old Trafford. Hey football fans. Welcome back to United News. Big transfer updates today. Manchester United is in the headlines once again as they're making waves in the summer transfer window. Naive Ruben Amorim somehow resists Rooney manager dig. Really easy to be pundit. Could Wayne Rooney replace Ruben Amorim? Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim somehow responded to Wayne Rooney's description of him as naive, without citing his managerial failures, but did say, "I was a pundit when I finished my playing career. I know it's really easy." The Portuguese boss could have mentioned his own 2 Portuguese titles in comparison to Rooney's recent failures at Birmingham and Plymouth, but resisted the urge to be catty. Amorim was speaking after United exited the FA Cup on penalties to Fulham, a result which was more mundane than magic. He said initially on BBC Sport after the match, "The goal is to win the Premier League. I know we are losing games, but the goal is to win the Premier League again. I don't know how long it will take. We have a goal and we continue forward no matter what." Rooney, working for the BBC as a pundit after being sacked by Plymouth on New Year's Eve, commented, "I think it's a little naive to say they're looking to win the Premier League because from where they are now, they're a long way off that. I think he'll get time, but it's not a free hit because he'll expect more from Manchester United than what we're seeing since he's been in." He says winning the Premier League, how can they compete? To get further up the table, I think that's the next step for them. United are currently 14th in the Premier League table, and their season now hinges on a Europa League campaign that sees them face Real Sociedad on Thursday. Amorim was inevitably asked about Rooney's comments in his wider press conference and said that winning the Premier League is the goal. To be naive is to think we are going to do it this season or be the best contender next season. I know in this moment, everybody knows everything. I was a pundit when I finished my playing career. I know it's really easy. Maybe it is not with me, but our goal as a club is to win the Premier League like we did in the past with all the great glories and legends of this club. We are in a difficult moment, and I'm not naive. That's why I'm here, at 40 years old, coaching Manchester United. Amorim also faced questions about his goalkeeper Andre Onana, who made several mistakes in midweek against Ipswich Town and then appeared to dawdle over goal kicks during the defeat to Fulham. It is also frustration for Andre. He is trying to read the team, Amorim said. Our team was so tired. We played the last game with one less player in the second half, and he is using that time to rest a bit for us to go for the second goal. That second goal, of course, never came, despite United having 20 shots against Fulham at Old Trafford. Awful. 87 apps Man United star will be sold this summer. Magic Siri a replacement identified. Andre Onana's time at Manchester United hasn't gone as planned, with it thought that the goalkeeper may be moved on in the summer transfer window. The Cameroonian goalkeeper arrived with high expectations, but a string of costly mistakes has overshadowed his better performances, adding to the club's ongoing struggles, with some even describing him as awful. With uncertainty growing over Onana's long-term future, reports suggest that the Red Devils are already considering potential replacements. According to Milan Live, the club has set its sights on AC Milan's Mike Maignan as a possible successor. Man United are said to be actively assessing the goalkeeper market, and the 29-year-old Frenchman is among the names under consideration. While a summer departure for Onana isn't set in stone, if he does leave, Maignan could become a serious target. However, convincing him to swap Milan for Old Trafford won't be straightforward, given the turmoil both clubs have endured this season. Maignan himself hasn't had the easiest campaign, with errors creeping into his game amid Milan's tepid decent. Mike Maignan could be Andre Onana's replacement. Ruben Amorim expected to bring in another goalkeeper in the summer transfer window. It comes after the news that Ruben Amorim wants to bring in a goalkeeper this summer, reports the Manchester Evening News. But the outlet states that Onana remains committed to the club and wants to remain at Old Trafford. The Cameroon international arrived at Old Trafford in 2023 with high expectations, making the switch from Inter Milan in a £47.2 million deal during Eric Ten Hag's first season. With a contract running until 2028, the Red Devils could still try and see a decent return on their investment. Onana's performances have raised concerns this season. He has been directly responsible for 3 goals in the Premier League this term, with costly mistakes proving decisive in defeats to Nottingham Forest, Wolves, and Brighton. While he's had strong moments between the posts, these high-profile errors have only added to the uncertainty surrounding his future at Old Trafford. Man United now prepared to agree £62 million fee to sign player report. Manchester United bowed out of the FA Cup this season in dramatic fashion against Fulham last night, losing 4-3 on penalties. It was one of those games that further underscored the Red Devils' incompetence on the pitch this season, with the Cottagers looking to be the much stronger squad in terms of ability, play style, and options off the bench. The only reason the Red Devils even managed to take this game into penalties was Andre Onana, with the Cameroonian shot stopper making one big save after another and keeping Ruben Amorim's team in the game. However, that was not enough for Man United to prevail, as they failed to get past the London club in the end. Last night was yet another game where Amorim lined up with both Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee in the starting lineup, and it is fair to say that both of them failed to have the desired impact yet again. Højlund was hooked in the second half for the youngster, Cheeto Obi-Martin, who showed more promise than the Dane in the time on the pitch. Man United must sign prolific striker. The FA Cup exit was a timely reminder that Man United needed to reinforce the number 9 position ahead of next summer. As per Spanish source, Fichajes, Man United are now prepared to pay release clause by agreeing £62 million fee with Napoli to sign talented but out-of-favor Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen. Osimhen has been one of the best strikers in Europe for some time now. Having fallen out with the Italian club, he is now currently playing on loan at Galatasaray, where he has been impressing with 12 goals in 19 league games, and there is no doubt that he would be eyeing a move to a top European club next summer. While Man United can benefit from having the African striker in their ranks, Osimhen might not want to move to Old Trafford and join a club that isn't competing regularly in the Champions League and challenging for trophies. He is too good a player to be fighting a mid-table battle like the Red Devils are now. There is no doubt that Ruben Amorim needs a reliable goalscorer up top if he harbors any hopes of building a winning project in Manchester. Currently, what his team has been showing is hardly enough, and difficult decisions need to be made come the summer for the betterment of the club. The upcoming summer is make or break for Man United, and they need to get their recruitment spot on to make an attempt to remain competitive again. At the moment, they do not represent anything more than a mid-table PL club with a glorious history, and let's wait and see if that situation changes going forward. Manchester United determined to sign Francisco Trincao. Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim appears to be determined to sign Francisco Trincao this summer. In November, the People's Person made mention of Amorim's interest in Trincao, who played under the Portuguese manager at Sporting CP. A crucial player in Sporting's league title triumph last season, Trincao has continued to impress this season. In January, it was reported that Man United's interest in him intensified, with the Portuguese winger being viewed as a transfer priority at Old Trafford. Now, United's links to Trincao appear to remain solid, with the club expected to make a move for him this summer. Francisco Trincao is the Sporting player who has played the most minutes this season, and is also one of the players who has attracted the most attention in Europe. His Manchester rivals hold him in high regard, especially because the two main people responsible for his signing and his success at Alvalade, Ruben Amorim and Hugo Viana, are now in that English city, the coach at United and the sporting director at City, Portugal's Ebola reported. As such, it appears that United may face competition from Manchester City to secure Trincao's signature. Still, both teams seem set to face resistance from Sporting, with the report claiming that the Liga Portugal club are looking to renew his contract, having already approached him. Ruben Amorim moved to United on November 11th and has not had an easy time of it. With the team in 14th place in the Premier League, he needs to make a living, and at the same time he is doing the math for the new season, in which he will need reinforcements. And Trincao is referenced. The article concluded, having recently left Sporting, Hugo Viana has since been appointed the sporting director of Man City. Of course, he and Amorim have a prior relationship, with the pair working together at Sporting before Amorim left for United in November last year. Clearly, with both Amorim and Viana vying for Trincao, the winger is a proven talent who could be a major asset for United. What makes Trincao all the more appealing is how few options United have on the wing at present. With Amad Diallo sidelined through injury and both Antony and Marcus Rashford out on loan, Amorim has had to make do with alternative options, starting Joshua Zirkzee and Christian Eriksen, alongside Rasmus Højlund in his front three in yesterday's crushing FA Cup loss to Fulham. What's particularly appealing about Trincão is his finishing and playmaking ability. In 23 Liga Portugal matches, all starts, Trincão has scored 8 goals and bagged 10 assists. SofaScore. This far exceeds Alejandro Garnacho's 3 goals and 1 assist in 26 Premier League matches, along with Amad's 6 goals and 6 assists in 22 league outings. Although a transfer race against City could force United to fork out a hefty fee for Trincão, signing a proven talent who Amorim has personally experienced plenty of success with could be well worth the price. Stay tuned as we break down all the latest rumors and what they mean for United's future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for all the freshest updates on your favorite club.